In Southeast Tennessee, we welcome you to Chattanooga. It's going to be a great battle tonight at CHI Memorial Stadium between two of the top clubs in USL League One. 8 wins this year, 25 points at the table for the Red Wolves, who are hosting one of the very best, second in the league right now, one Knoxville SC with 33 table points and 10 impressive wins. Here's what that looks like. So they entered the week as the #1 club on the table. You can see that Union Omaha was able to leapfrog them with a couple of points and take the #1 spot. The Red Wolves just under that red line, and that's the cutoff for the playoffs, so they're just outside. Looking in, a win tonight moves them back into contention for the playoffs. It'll be interesting to see if they can do that on the table. How good have they been lately? Well, as good as it gets. Of their 27 goals scored this season, get this, 8 in their last 5, including a red-hot performance last time out against Charlotte Independence. They scored 4 against them on the road, and Iambila came through with a clutch couple of scores and plays in that one. He scored the put-away goal, the 4th of the match, to wrap that up. Our player to watch for the Red Wolves in Chattanooga, he's been good all season long. Coach McKenzie told me this week, I'm feeling really good about Angelo Kelly Rosales. He's been such a big piece of what we do in midfield. He came from one Knoxville and South Georgia Tormenta, so very experienced in League One, very experienced in USL 1, and he has been a big part of this club all season long. One Knox. They just came off of a loss, but they've won 4 of their last 5 and been on one of the great streaks in club history. They lost to AV Alta, who's 4th in the league right now at home. I wouldn't put too much stock in it because Ian Fuller and this side are tactical geniuses. In fact, look at that set piece. 8 goals off of set pieces this season, the most of anybody in USL League One. Chattanooga and the Red Wolves know that. McKenzie knows that. They're going to game plan for that, strategize for that, and see if they can play well against them anyhow. They're maestros themselves, and this is a big piece of that. Jordan Skelton, the captain, one of the most experienced defenders in USL League One. 32 matches last season, 2,800 minutes, scored a pair of goals. He's a Newcastle-born center back and joined One Knox ahead of its 2023 debut. He has earned all league first-team selections twice and Defender of the Year nominations. It's going to be a barn burner in Chattanooga. They look to get themselves square in that playoff hunt. One Knox wants to be back on top of the league. Next.
This isn't just a team, it's a statement. We don't just represent Chattanooga.
Let's get it poppin', let's get it poppin'.
We run it.
Let's get it poppin'.
Built to battle. Fueled by pride. Driven by the pack.
Let's get it poppin'.
Chattanooga Red Wolves.
He shoots, and he scores!
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber-fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
Back in Chattanooga with a League One battle between the Red Wolves and One Knox. A really important League One battle between these two. Crucial points on the line. Let's take a look at who will play tonight, the starting 11. First, for the Red Wolves of Chattanooga, a 4-4-2 coached by Scott McKenzie. Smith between the sticks, a really good back line. Keep an eye on Ian Bila on that left side. In midfield, Kelly Rosales, our player to watch, and Hernandez, the striker who will make a difference tonight for Chattanooga's Red Wolves. Now let's get to know the starting lineup for the 4-4-2 formation of One Knoxville Soccer Club, led by Ian Fuller along the touchline. Yadi Bay between the sticks, McRobb, the captain, Skelton on the back line, Caputo, our guy to watch in midfield, and Krachenkov up there striking up front. He'll be electric for One Knoxville SC. We're ready to go. Some weather has rolled by, and it's cleared for kickoff in Chattanooga, Tennessee. A beautiful afternoon between these two. It's the Smoky Mountains Smackdown, live right now. Glad you're with us for USL League One Soccer. I'm Gabriel Shryan. This is exciting as the regular season gets at CHI Memorial Stadium. These two are going to duel for 3 points. One Knoxville would love to get back to their winning ways. They could start early. This one almost regathered in front of the area. Pinballed around and delivered just outside of the 18. Finessed across the top and gloved. Well played. Jason Smith, keeper, a product of Syracuse University, makes the play. Good crowd, and we kind of expected that. I was able to catch up with both coaches this week, and McKenzie and Fuller both told me they felt like One Knox would travel well. It's about a 2-hour drive from front door to front door for these two. That also makes this rivalry a little more intense than most. Pitch that away on the back line as we're just breaking this thing in. Danny Fernandez, dish to the center back. Quick look at your injury report, brought to you by the Center for Sports Medicine. Really banged up. The Red Wolves have been missing Malafi, their longtime star and veteran all season long. A few other guys out of the lineup this week. Two back into the lineup and healthy, but Rosa Malia still out for One Knoxville. Ball off. Chattanooga's Red Wolves will throw in. Jordan Iambila, the left back from Accra, Ghana, to do the honors. What a career he's had. Pro side experience all around the nation. Miami FC, Las Vegas Lights, San Antonio. Played with the Accra Lions as well when he began his career in Ghana. Went on to compete in Malaysia. Selangor FC there, and continued his development across quite a few leagues. 29 league appearances last year, contributed a pair of goals and an assist as well. Chattanooga tries to possess, and our referee does sound the whistle. Arahan Yaya, our referee. Jonathan Smith and Rebecca Luther, the ARs. Dan Benson, the fourth official. Really good crew on this one. They do a lot of matches throughout the Southeast together at this level. Set piece early for the Red Wolves. Now, I mentioned just how deadly One Knox is with 8 goals scored off of set pieces this year. Keep in mind, Chattanooga, no slouches themselves. In fact, they're right on their heels with 7 scored on set pieces. From the arc, back across in front of the area, the bend is wide. Johan Gary Bay, a little sigh of relief for the Gonzaga University product as that goes outside of the stick. Another look at the opportunity stitched together by Chattanooga. That was well played. Just able to finesse that around the defender and light off the shot, but not the touch needed for Omar Hernandez. Hernandez is a local product. His address, Dalton, Georgia, but that's about a 35-minute drive from the stadium. Joined Chattanooga after a standout local and collegiate career. One of the area's most recognizable players. Led Dalton High to state title there. Dalton High School, iconic nationally at the prep level for high school soccer. They're basically indomitable, over a dozen championships in the last 2 decades. Finished his prep career with school records, 84 goals, 64 assists. Then played with Dalton Red Wolves SC during the 2019 season. Played collegiately at Wake Forest. Now playing alongside guys like Ian Bila with all this global experience professionally. Chattanooga does possess from the circle. These two sides have met 11 times since 2023. 4 wins apiece, 3 draws between the two. The last 5 have gone the way of the Red Wolves. Iambila sent to the 6, and it's taken by Knoxville and cleared. That's something Skelton is known for, and that's one of the reasons, if not the primary reason, he was our player to watch. He is absolutely crucial back inside of the area. You'll see him time and time again get on top of the ball, lock it down, and clear it out of there. Full reset for one Knox. One Knoxville across. Brown moving with authority. Jaheim leaves it off down into the wing, and well played defensively by Chattanooga's Red Wolves. Looking for Kruchenkov, and the man from Israel just couldn't get to the ball in time. Rich with recent history between these two. A lot of tight head-to-head matchups. In their last meeting, it was the Prinks Tires USL Cup. Dramatic draw between the two. Chattanooga's on the move. Long feed all the way through into the 18 on the spot, and cleared out of there by Gary Bay. Brown. Handled well by one Knox in the face of some pressure. A side that, you know, they could come here and not play well today and not win this match, and it's not going to do any damage to what's been another incredible historic season for them. As he goes down at midfield. But they would love to get a win and get back on track. Ian Fuller obviously felt it was very important to get the win and get things going again. And of course you have to say that, right? But I don't think you absolutely have to if you're one Knox. You really would like to. Get back on track, get back to your winning ways. It's hard to get 3 points on the road in this league. It's a rare opportunity to have an easy, short road trip. There's some tough turnarounds in this league. A couple of days, lots of travel involved, a flight, a bus ride. In fact, these two have had some troubles with travel themselves this year. Recent bus problems slowed down Mackenzie's side in Chattanooga. Well, speaking of set pieces, this is going to be the first of the match for one Knoxville. Sent long over the top, down for the 6, nodded into the air, and the collision is enough to draw another whistle from Yaha. Adahan calls for this one to be reset, as we're still scoreless early between these two sides. Kempes Tequila remains the greatest performer in the history of this rivalry. 3 goals and an assist in 5 matches between these two back in the last 2 seasons, 2024, 2025. scored 2 goals in one match on August 21st of last year. German also had an assist in that match. Only Jimmy Villalobos has played both sides of this smackdown. Knocked that off of a defender, and Jaheim Brown, Chattanooga, tried to turn that upfield. Hernandez was disrupted, and it's taken by Knoxville. Murphy to the center back. Jordan Skelton taking his time. One Knoxville trying to finesse that forward. Instead, it's taken by the Red Wolves. Chattanooga's man goes down, and Adahan sounds the whistle. Baker was right there. It's enough contact that without getting a better look, easy whistle to sound for Yaya. Long floater over the top for Chattanooga. Hernandez out front of the 18, hands it off. Lombardi. Aaron Lombardi inside, knocked around and pinballed into the air, trying to volley this one toward midfield, and he'll keep it moving. Knoxville's Kurchenkov just send that around the last line, and the keeper will hammer this one long. Aired out, a battle for the ball. Matt Bentley, he's been electric at home this year. Scored a hat trick once this season already for the Red Wolves at CHI Memorial. Iambila centered that up. There's a long strike. Johan, this one is nodded back to him by Skelton, and the veteran helps him out as this one is picked up. Good play by Skelton. That's what you look for. That's why he's our player to watch, right? You've got the veteran there. Lean on him. Lean on all of that experience playing in USL. Knitting passes across the top of the grass. Knoxville likes something they see. And this will roll off. Check out the new 2026 Chattanooga Red Wolves kit, along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and so much more. Chattanooga Red Wolves-SC.com. Thrown in, poked around. Chattanooga does possess this. Iambila will be the one to try it out. Love watching the Ghanaian move. He's got a great way with the football. There he goes, the man from Accra, down the touchline, almost disrupted as he's into the wing. We've played well over a dozen minutes now between these two. Still a clean sheet. Players to watch in this match presented by WDEF News Channel 12, local to Chattanooga in the southeast Tennessee area. You can see them down there in the bottom left of your screen. They're on hand and putting together a wrap for this one. Chattanooga threatening in the final third. Hernandez for the 6, nodded away. Going to be regathered on the edge of the wing. Good feed, floated over the top of the grass. Iambila teed him up. Harassed him from behind. From the corner, this is going to be knocked off over the end line. Skelton. Johan's made a couple of plays already as he'll touch it up. Didn't play a lot in his first 2 years in Knoxville. Served as the backup to Sean Lewis, who won back-to-back Keeper of the Year honors. He had those golden gloves, both in 24 and 25. Gary Bay, though, has been stellar in his first year as the starter. Already a half dozen clean sheets in league play, the second most behind only Shipman of Fort Wayne. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish-language sports network. Visit USLChampionship.com for complete USL TV listings. Good bend over the top. Chattanooga is going to possess this. It's Hernandez. Left off and centered. Winan. He went forward immediately to Kelly Rosales. Angelo and Hernandez rotate up in front of the 18. Red Wolves. Ball is howled through to the area. Fires this down inside and blown dead by Yaya. 1/4 of an hour gone and a scoreless draw so far. He got parked well down inside, a little too far, and an easy call for our officials. Put back underway from in front of the area, Knoxville. We've seen number 14 for the Red Wolves, the right back from Bay Point, California, Pedro Hernandez, touch the ball quite a bit already. Interestingly, he is the only player who has appeared in every edition of the Smoky Mountain Smackdown since these two clubs first started their rivalry. He's played in every match. Led Chattanooga with 10 goals last season. Got a big collision right there, and you can hear the crowd reacting. William Perkins. Suffering the yellow card. Perkins, the right back from Detroit, Michigan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A caution has been issued to one Knoxville, number 22, William Perkins II.
Watch the USL on ESPN2 on August 1st, coming up shortly. A championship battle of powerhouse clubs from the Eastern Conference. First place, Tampa Bay Rowdies, aiming to keep the top spot with a win over the reigning Players' Shield winners, Louisville City FC. That's Saturday, August 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern, all on ESPN2. I'll see you there. Hopefully Perkins is all right, still down. One Knoxville has been a great side since their inception. Head coach Ian Fuller named the man at the helm of this club in 2024. 8 prior seasons with Minnesota United as an assistant, and started before that with Charleston Battery, then Orlando City. Played at Clemson, and he was selected with the 21st overall pick in the 2002 MLS Super Draft by New England. Played with Orlando from 11 to 13. Charleston after that, Rochester, and the Whitecaps to wrap up his career, so quite the playing career. And you can see just how close these two clubs are. Look at that. Do you want to head downtown Chattanooga and exit 2, or head on north down I-75 to Knoxville? In their own backyard, Knoxville trying to pick up a road win, quote unquote, in the Smoky Mountain Smackdown. From behind midfield, it's left, Red Wolves. There's a decent bend, but disrupted by Knoxville. Couple of quick passes, and Yaya is going to award the kick. That's a great spot for it for the Red Wolves of Chattanooga. It was definitely a point of emphasis this week to prevent opportunities like that for either side. Very much putting in the work on set pieces, being aware of the height and the advantages these guys have as far as height goes. Look at that back line for the Red Wolves. When I think of a tall back line, that's what I think of. Kinsner, Toby, Ramos, Iambila. Big guys. Not that Knoxville doesn't have the size to counter or compete. Chattanooga going to take a crack at it from just beyond the circle. Off the rip, this is knotted away immediately and regathered. Finesse that well, not once but twice. On the edge of the wing, he'll cut it for the end line and pickpocket it. Sticky boots for Knoxville. One Knox clears that out of there. Iambila, good hustle play. Jason Smith wasting no time. The Ghanaian back to work. Brown teed him up very well. This is rolled through for the 18 and lasered over the top. Too much for Kruchenkov. UNC Charlotte 49er product is going to be a problem for Chattanooga. He's been a problem all through the league this season. 6 goals scored. Started his career with the Wildcats at Davidson, then transferred and played for the 49ers. 6'3" striker, was the Wisconsin Gatorade Player of the Year in 2021. He scored 52 goals in one high school season. Led his sided goals in every collegiate season over 4 years before turning pro. Spent his summers in League Two with a very familiar face nationally, Vermont Green. Also played with Lionsbridge. Knoxville testing out midfield. Fernandez worked it through the circle. They like the shape they've got, but he mishandled it. Good finesse. Now some vacant space as this rolls all the way to the arc and is cleared by Iambila. Scott McKenzie fired up about that call, his staff along with him. Sent long all the way to the corner, and this is off. On the field, smart decisions win games. Off the field, they save lives. If you've been drinking, don't drive. Pass your keys to a sober friend. Call a ride share, take public transit, whatever you need to do. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. A reminder from the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security. Quick toss. This is gloved out of the air by Johan. Gadibay gets way up there to make the play for one Knox. He's still down, and Adahan is calling for medical assistance. Hernandez throws this in. may have gotten bumped in the jaw accidentally. An off-balance potential striker. Man from that back lineup trying to nod that through on the set piece. And then I think he hit his head on the post, the crossbar. Hopefully he's all right. Looks like he is. Yaya's satisfied. He looks good to me. Glad to see that. That's a relief. Scary anytime you see someone go down and hit their head. Back underway as Gary Bay flicks this across the grass. Quick move with it. Brown. Down to the wing, Kurchenkov fed that out front of the 6, and it's cleared out of there by Chattanooga. The Venezuelan Caputo leaves it off. Skelton, who's from England, right back to him. Skelton to Fernandez. He's a Lenore Rhine Bear. This is his 4th season with this side. Knoxville. Good couple of touches. Brown, the Jamaican, on top of the ball. Harassed by Iambila. Knoxville resets. Caputo went across, and Knoxville will have to go back to him. One Knox. Tension starting to build in this final third. Caputo to Fernandez. Danny the Spaniard. Almost pushed away, being pursued by Iambila. Buys some space for Chattanooga's Red Wolves. A mishead pass, but it's taken right back. Brown on the move, looking inside in front of the area. Baker finds a way through, knifed out front, hammered off a defender, and Kurchenkov's ball is covered down inside by Jason Smith. Oh, what a play by Jason Smith. Good passing. I don't know how he fit that through. That's a great final touch for Kurchenkov. Toby Adewole gets right in there, able to break that up, and Jason Smith is ready for the follow-up. A second strike, and the man from Fresno gets on top of the ball and stops that. Yaya, quick word with Wessels. Looks like he's good to go. League named this as one of the matches to watch this week, talking about how important it was. Red Wolves have won 5 of their last 6 league games. That's since the start of June. Chattanooga tries this on an aerial feed, and Brown just breaks that up, nodding it off over the end line. They're within 1 point of playoff positioning. They've got games in hand on clubs above them as well. One Knox, narrowly a loss last time out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this quarter is brought to you by Pepsi, the exclusive beverage partner of Chattanooga Red Wolves. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
This corner brought to you by Pepsi. Red Wolves try this with a 6, and it's immediately banged out of there. Floater over the top, too much. Johan lets it go as that'll be goal kick. Also keeping an eye on Avialta and Westchester later tonight. 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 Eastern. Four-game winless streak, knocking Avialta off course. They were able to beat this one Knox side. They'll look to keep it going against Westchester, who just had a big 3-0 win over the Cosmos of New York. That is a fantastic spot for one Knoxville, who consistently, that's really been a key thing to watch for this broadcast. Keep going back to it. These guys are great on the set piece. They've scored 8 times on the set piece. Well, here you go. They've got a great set piece spot just on the edge of the wing. This could be dangerous for the Red Wolves. Baker is the one standing with the ball right now. Half of an hour gone, still scoreless in Chattanooga. Glad you're with us. I'm Gabriel Fry at CHI Memorial. One Knoxville would love to change it right here, waiting for the signal from Adahan. Yaya. There it is. Baker. Then inside, it's loose in the 6 and skied away from there by Chattanooga. Red Wolves clear it out. Baker will reset us. Big shout out to the Argentinian left back, Aaron Lombardi. Lombardi has played in a couple of matches in League One. Tonight is his 100th appearance in USL League One. Shout out to you, Aaron Lombardi. That's pretty impressive. Finesse to cross. He blows a tire, and this thing is pinballed off a teammate by the Red Wolves. Chattanooga's man goes down and catches a whistle. And a card shown to Knoxville. Babacar, the center forward from Senegal. That's a super, super important piece for one Knoxville, one of the better players in the league. Suffers a yellow. You see the replay, you be the judge. Came from the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, the Senegalese forward, a breakout rookie season in USL Championship. Scored 10 goals for Knoxville last year, 2,200 minutes played. This thing is skied out of there. Late in the 33rd. Knoxville, great chance off of the crossbar. Throw in. Long toss to the 6 is knotted away. Jaheim runs it down near the corner. Red Wolves try to center that up. They'll try again. Pretty efficient on these designed throw-ins as well. Wouldn't call it a set piece, but a design play at any moment could come on these throw-ins in the final third. Jaheim, the Jamaican. Off the whistle. Floater in front of the 6, loose. Chattanooga somehow pokes it away. Regathered, and a floater goes over the top just inside of the stadium and makes its way back onto the pitch. I thought that thing was gone. Rolling on downtown to Southside Social. Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL. From grassroots all the way to the pros, Select there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, it's the player's choice. Chattanooga shuffling down alongside the 18, and the floater taken by Brown. Cleared. Red Wolves trying to regather. Knoxville says no thanks. Kruchenkov, satellite delivery taken by one Knox, and as he tries to streak through, Iambila catches him with a boot. What a spot! And a card shown. Babacar Dieng draws the call that is just an excellent spot for Knoxville. Here's a look at Iambila again, suffering the yellow. You saw the contact. That's the fourth yellow card of the season shown to Iambila. Baker again selected for delivery. Teddy's from London, England. Most recently played for Texoma. We'll see what the 6'3" Englishman can do. Two-man micro wall is getting a talking to by Yaya. Off the signal, Baker, the floater, a bit too much, as this thing is into that first row. Smith will run it down and we'll get back underway. Just misfired. Goal kick for the Red Wolves of Chattanooga and a sigh of relief. Ten players from the USL ecosystem sent to play at the CONCACAF U20 Championship this summer. 3 selections to the United States U20 squad. Knotted that back away from the 18, Chattanooga. Knocked it off. Iambila, who has shown the yellow, will throw in. One Knoxville, 33 points on the latest league table. 10 wins this season, 3 draws to get there. Chattanooga, conversely, 8 wins and a draw. They've got 25 points. So Chattanooga currently 9th in USL League One, and only 8 teams are allowed to compete in the playoffs. So they're 1 spot back. A point tonight puts them in. Out front, Chattanooga. Red Wolves, the floater for the spot taken by Knoxville. One Knox skies that out of there. Collision, Chattanooga regathers. Red Wolves on the move. It's Aaron Lombardi who's playing his 100th match as he goes down. McKenzie, quick words. Our 4th official comes over. Not having it. Dan Benson trying to run some politics. One Knox, back underway. Trying that midfield stripe, Knoxville. Couldn't draw Chattanooga as far forward as they'd like. They're going to start moving this up. You can see the Red Wolves doing a nice job of holding shape. We've seen one Knox go to the far side and try to pitch it over the top to the striker down the left touchline a few times. See if they can find a tendency breaker if they go to that same play. Just beyond the circle, one Knox. Skies this long. Brown trying to run it down, and it's off over the end line. Knoxville, the defending champion and league leader, chasing a repeat title. Chattanooga gaining momentum after a couple of big wins. 8 goals in their last 5. Need just 1 point to break into playoff contention with a big regional rivalry today. I like the way Ian Fuller put this. He said, respectfully, we hate each other. Respectfully, of course. I just loved it. He did a great job of encapsulating the rivalry between Chattanooga and Knoxville, 2 cities that have a lot of respect for each other, and obviously UT Knoxville, the heartbeat of sports in the state of Tennessee, so Chattanoogans love the University of Tennessee, but a good rivalry between these 2 clubs and the cities, as a whole. Trying to fight this to the final third, Chattanooga. 2 quick feeds, he'll hit the brakes. Red Wolves man finessed in front of the bench. Stepping forward, 3 defenders aren't enough as they stay with it not once but twice. Now stolen in traffic and moved out front of the area. Have to be happy to have a center back like Skelton there to clean that up for you. This fired to Kurchenkov, and it's taken up by Chattanooga. Kelly Rosales. Long feed for Chattanooga late in this first half. Red Wolves follow it through in front of the area. Hernandez sends it to the backside. It's a little too much. It's going to have to be run down by Matt Bentley, the Englishman. Wessels tries it for the end line. It's Bentley there. Set out front, and Johan gloves the ball. One Knox's man gets on top of this as our sheet remains clean, rolling into the 44th. Good play. That's a really good look for Matt Bentley. That's a guy who can make stuff happen. He's trying to fit it inside for Pedro Hernandez. Man from Bay Point. It just isn't quite right. And Getty Bay sees that coming and gets to the football. Chattanooga's been happy to let one Knox have possession this entire first half. 64% possession for the Red Wolves. Or scratch that, excuse me, the other way, one Knox. Knoxville. Skelton. Fernandez finessed that through on the top of the arc, but Chattanooga takes it away. Certain to see some added time on this first half, waiting for that official call. Knoxville. Good opportunity is banged off a defender. Loose out front, and Chattanooga is going to clear this away. Almost got that last step around to get it to midfield. This is flipped long into the wing. And down on the end line, he's tied up. Adewole, the man from Maryland, goes down for a moment. Hopefully he's all right. Baltimore native, came from Charlotte Independence. Also played with Westchester SC last year.
There will be a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time.
4 minutes at a time on half one. There's Scott McKenzie, man in charge for these Chattanooga Red Wolves. What a great couple of managers. McKenzie and Fuller are always two of my favorite calls around the league. These guys are brilliant, brilliant football minds. And they have so much respect for the game and each other, the players, what it takes to be a great leader. It's fun to just pick their brain about how they see the sport, too. Scott McKenzie's got a really, really nice blue-collar, down-to-earth approach to things. Ian Fuller is about as smart as they come. Both good fits for coaches in Tennessee. He had such a long playing career. Fun to pick his brain as well. Knoxville leaves it off. Fernandez to the circle. Dished it forward and finessed it through. He goes down, no call. Somehow one Knox comes up with this in traffic. Big collision. Iambila doing some work. Brown for the spot, gets it right back. One Knox will have to rotate this back toward midfield. Over the top for the spot, nodded into the air and harmlessly gloved down inside. Getting the job done is Jason Smith. Smith, a key contributor during last season. 24 appearances, 11 clean sheets, 2,100 minutes, 6 clean sheets already. Previously played collegiately at Syracuse for the Orange. He's been a big foundational piece for these Red Wolves. One Knox looking to get back on track after the loss to AV Alta last time at home. And bringing pressure late in this first half and added time. Down near the end line, a big hip bump and no call. You could see one Knox felt like they deserved a call, tried to argue for it, sell it. They do get the whistle, and he's going to be placed just inside the corner, a great spot. Baker, the one selected. Troublesome spot for the Red Wolves of Chattanooga. They're going to have to be back and be ready for this. Hernandez standing on the edge of the area. Baker, the former scholar, All-American at Hofstra. Yaya's whistle. Teddy Baker over the top, backside of the 6. It skeeters through, hammered to the left side, and it goes over the end line. Either way, Jason Smith was there to make the save. That goes off, and so we'll roll out of the 49th into the 50th in added time. Yaya could send us to the locker room at any moment. And that's exactly what he'll do. One half in the books, scoreless between Knoxville and Chattanooga. Back and forth, a lot of great opportunities and a chess match to remember in the Smoky Mountain Smackdown. These two have a tug of war in store for us in half number 2. Stay tuned. We'll have highlights, stats, a look around the league, a look back at the World Cup, and so much more right here at our halftime break. What a good first half and a second half that I'm sure we're all going to remember as these guys get after it. The veterans making big plays, the kids having fun, the families out in force. Stay tuned for our halftime coverage, our halftime show, all the highlights and more. We return with more from Tennessee and the Smoky Mountain Smackdown. Back in Chattanooga at the break of the Smoky Mountain Smackdown. We're scoreless between these two sides and a really exciting second half coming up. Stay with us for that. First, though, Carlos Lamosa, the head coach of San Antonio FC, reflects back on his time with the U.S. men's national team in 2002 and their World Cup run. Here it is.
At 4 in the morning making breakfast for your matches. Were you aware of all of that at the time?
We found out being there in Korea. They show us videos of footage from TV networks, having a watching party 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Also for me, I have Colombian news going to my parents' house in Colombia in the middle of the night to do interviews when we were playing live.
In 2026, the World Cup includes more than 40 players whose careers were touched by different levels of USL. Lamosa now has a seat to watching players chase their own World Cup dreams.
Here from our academy from San Antonio, we have a player representing the U.S. on the U17 qualifier. That's a very important league in the U.S. soccer developmental program.
Hay mucha fiesta, señor Martino. Hay gente revancha, doctor. Pero falta gol y estamos esperando a un gol. ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? ¡Llegamos por fin! ¡Ay, bendito sea el chofer, doctor! Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Pasa al norte!
A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso.
¡Listo, vamos!
This is your moment.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber-fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga, because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
Do you know how fast you were going? 2.5 gig. With kids on the couch.
New 2.5 gig internet from EPB.
Slow down.
It's recklessly fast.
Too fast.
With SmartNet plus Wi-Fi.
Violation.
Turbocharging all your devices. More than twice the speed of the gig for just a little more. Only from EPB.
Back after a wild first half between Chattanooga and Knoxville. I'm sure the second half will be just as exciting. We'll definitely have an early score in the second half. More on that in a moment, but first, let's get a look at the upcoming schedule around the league in USL. This is what to expect in USL League One in the upcoming week of play. And this week on Wednesday, a 7 and 8 Eastern kick. Greenville and AC Boise. Forward Madison hosting Chattanooga's Red Wolves. We flash you forward to what's yet to come in USL League One around the league and in the schedule. A lot of good action coming up. This one's still scoreless. Let's get up to date on what's going on around the league. For that, we go to my friend Dan Lucas with your halftime update.
It is halftime in League One. We hope you're enjoying the match. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at the headlines. No club had a better week last week than the Chattanooga Red Wolves, who notched a pair of victories over top 4 teams in League One. It began with a 1-0 victory over AV Alta and finished with a big 4-2 win over Charlotte Independence, ending Charlotte's run of 14 straight matches without a defeat in all competitions. Fort Wayne FC staged a beautiful tribute to the late John Bellio, one of the club's co-founders. Bellio lost his battle with cancer in 2025. To honor Bellio, Fort Wayne will make this night an annual event, with proceeds going to Cancer Services of Northeast Indiana. On the field, Fort Wayne defeated Greenville Triumph 3-0, and a late substitution featured 16-year-old Johnny I. At 16 years, 12 days old, I is the youngest player to see game action for an independent League One club. National Spotlight games in League One and the Championship next Saturday. Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting Louisville City on ESPN2. August 5th, Richmond Kickers hosting New York Cosmos on CBS SN. Then on the 8th, Monterey Bay hosts New Mexico United on CBS SN. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
He shoots, and he scores!
Why do you always seem to be on that last flight home? Why is the customer always right, even when they're wrong? It's because when it's your business, you're all in. And no one's all in with you like EPB. Only EPB is all in with 100% fiber-fast internet that's always your best value. Plus experts all in to help you 24/7. We're all in Chattanooga because we're all in this together. EPB for your business. We're all in.
Through every stage of life, it's great to have a partner to help you take the next step. To open that first checking account, build credit, save for the future, plan for retirement, and create a legacy for those who matter most. From that first milestone to all the moments ahead, greater awaits. Bank OZK.
This isn't just a team, it's a statement. We don't just represent Chattanooga.
Let's get it poppin', let's get it poppin'.
We run it.
Let's get it poppin'.
Built to battle. Fueled by pride. Driven by the pack.
Let's get it poppin'.
Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Back in Chattanooga, where we're scoreless at the break, an exciting second half of action coming. Let's wind it back to see what happened to that first half, all the top moments, the top plays, and the highlights between the Red Wolves of Chattanooga and One Knox SC. This is how we got to the halftime break. Lights. We'll take a pit stop and get up to date on all of the numbers and stats. The fact that we're scoreless after the break, I would expect an open second half. Coaches are going to push. Knoxville historically scores in the second half 70% of the time. So pressure could be a little more cautious for Chattanooga, or it could be cautious play initially, then a sudden flurry. These are your numbers, though. All One Knox possession. They have been great in one half of play. We'll see if things change for these two sides in our second half after the break. 3/4 of an hour to go with a clean sheet. After 45 minutes in Chattanooga, Tennessee, the two clubs back onto the turf, back onto the field, and ready to get back underway. You know, the late July Tennessee heat is brutal. I think the cloud cover has really made this a different match from that perspective. Both coaches assured me, hey, we're not worried about fatigue. We're not worried about rotation. It's not going to affect the way we play, even though it is hot in Tennessee this time of year especially. But I think the cloud cover has made that even more dramatic. If they weren't concerned about it before, since it's a cloudy day, it's not going to play a factor. We are going to see one change. Chris Teo from Randolph, New Jersey, coming in at the left back spot. He's going to replace William Perkins from Detroit, Michigan. Here's a look at Teo. Teo most recently played for New York City FC2 and MLS Next Pro. Appeared in 49 matches for them in 2 seasons, 3,900 minutes, and scored once in each season. Good international experience for Teo, 7 caps and a goal against Singapore in an international friendly. Played collegiately at Rutgers. 3/4 of an hour to go between these two sides with a clean sheet. USL League One soccer. It's one of the very top clubs in America, and One Knoxville looking to put themselves just inside of the playoff line at home, the Chattanooga Red Wolves. 3/4 of an hour to gone. 3/4 of an hour to go between these two as we kick off with our second half. Skelton. Knoxville pushed it a little off the mark. Everything can change very quickly with a couple of passes, pressure. Iambila skies this long. Knoxville keeps it alive. These two sides have been strong in the final third of play. Knoxville scored against Corpus Christi late. Chattanooga hit late against Westchester. Knoxville would love to open this second half hot. Tried to pass it back and no one there as he goes down. And a great spot for Brown and one Knox as Baker comes over to argue his case. Iambila's already on a yellow, and that looks like who they're pointing at. Another look at what happened. They bumped up top, shoulder to shoulder. Baker being left back alone with the football. One Knox loading up down near the spot. The Chattanooga Red Wolves, a sea of burgundy. Baker bends this from just outside of the 18. It goes through the 6. Ball rolls off, arguing for a call and not going to get it. They specialize in those set pieces. Talked about that a lot during our first half. 8 goals scored off set pieces for one Knox, but no slouch. The Red Wolves, who work on it as much as they can. 7 goals scored on set pieces. Got like the A and A+ crew here. One Knoxville. Tio went inside, Caputo across, Baker. Harassed by Lombardi, who's in the midst of his 100th appearance in League One. Baker tries this down along the touchline from the edge of the wing. One Knoxville, the floater for the 6 is popped away, and the Red Wolves keep it moving. Somehow finessed that his way, but only for a moment. Caputo. Brown. Tried that for the 18. Iambila hauled it in. From the bench, one Knox. Collision, and immediately our referee comes over. Coach not thrilled with that. Hopefully these two are all right. Both go down. Medical staff with them. A look back at what happened. You can see the throw-in. Maybe came temple to nose. Iambila's already on a yellow. Arahan Yaya, our referee. Murphy Jr. arguing his case. Murphy Jr. still trying to have a word with the referee as he gets a quick high five from Ian Fuller down on the touchline. These two coaches, one thing I really like about them is how composed they are. They're always fun to watch, do their job. Great tacticians. Great leaders as well. Sent that long one. Knoxville collects immediately, knotted through, but broken up. Volleyed to the circle. Red Wolves try this one. Good delivery just outside of the arc. Baker. Somehow finessed around, and he's grabbed from behind. And the yellow shown immediately. Kruchenkov was grabbed by his kit right in front of the bench.
Ladies and gentlemen, a caution has been issued to Chattanooga.
Eric Kinsner, the center back from Tacoma, Washington, got him. Everybody's having a laugh over it, which I like. Kruchenkov laughed. Kinsner's laughing himself. That's the 6th yellow of the season suffered by Kinsner, who came from St. Louis City, too. He's been a nice piece for Chattanooga. Not a bad spot for the set-piece maestros. Right in front of Coach Ian Fuller, wearing the gray polo, standing behind him. Baker to deliver. Adahan is doing some traffic control down on the edge of the area. And with that, the signal. Baker fires this. A straight line has popped into the air and gloved by Smith. He'll send it long. Chattanooga's Hernandez gathers and floats it over the top. Trying for the quick counter. They might pull this off. Cuts to the inside, and a floater for the back door of the 6 is knotted off by Tio. Gary Bay shouting out to the back line of his defense. What a move by the Red Wolves. Chattanooga looking great on the quick counter. They try to flip that over the top, get it down, and get a quality shot off. Very close to pulling it off. And so the home side, a corner kick presented by Pepsi. Delivered into the 6. It's knocked away, trying to regather, and he mistouched it. Knoxville won't get to it in time. Wessels across to Hernandez, who floats it for the 6, and again, knocked away by one Knox. Winding this time for his keeper, Smith. Winding knifed it around, a would-be intercept from Caputo. Sent long. And a bit too much. Some really good soccer in this region, collegiately as well, not just professionally. All the way from Knoxville, where you've got obviously UT Knoxville, but teams like Johnson University and the Royals, down through to Dalton, Georgia, where the Roadrunners won the national title not that long ago at Dalton State. Sent long. Taken up and left off near the corner for one Knox. Somehow fit that through and just mistouched as the Red Wolves clear it momentarily. Regathered on the run. Finn McRobb fought his way to the end line, and Smith, two-handed grab. A great play. Knocked it off of the defender. Sent long through. The Red Wolves regather. Chattanooga aired that out. One Knox down near the corner. Caputo. Baker gathered on the edge of the circle and flicked it across. Pursued by Lombardi. Murphy Jr. shouting out to his teammates, directing some traffic. From the edge of the wing, one Knox. Well played out front to Baker. Centered up inside of the penalty arc. Backside, Knoxville leaves it off. Babakar misfires. Look out, kids. And they go down in a pile themselves trying to get the football. Nobody has a better closet than the Red Wolves. You can check out their new 2026 kit along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and so much more. Chattanooga Red Wolves-SC.com. I'll see you there. Those kids okay? That was a big hit. Smith ready to put us back underway. UT Chattanooga, speaking of the UT system, has a great women's soccer program. Sent a lot of girls on to play professionally in the WPSL. Good delivery right down the line. One Knox, McRobb. T.O. around the defender. Babakar knifes his way into the 18 and goes down, and we play on. Signaled clear by a referee. Skelton down the back line. Through the central third. Baker leaves it off. A foot race. One Knox. Touch to the spot and cleared. Red Wolves do that perfectly. Knifes his way into the final third, and that's beyond the concourse into the parking lot. Referee is waiting for a ball to be found and delivered, and this guy's got us covered. A corner awarded to one Knox, the set piece specialist. Ready to go, Teddy Baker. Only two for Knoxville inside of the 6. Short, knocked over the top, and Smith gets it anyhow. Good heads up play. How about the reaction time? I thought that was a dead ball and either going to be cleared away or literally go completely dead and have to be reset. It popped out of there, just squelched out, and Smith grabbed it immediately. Iambila off the defender, and it rolls off. Another look back at that quick save. Heads up move. Baker sent it in. It stays alive, the nod, and Smith says, I don't think so.
The third quarter kick for the Wolves, also sponsored by Pepsi. The exclusive heavy partner of the Chattanooga
Winan heads to the corner. Corners of the Chattanooga Red Wolves presented by Pepsi. Three burgundy kits on the edge of the 6. One Knox has loaded up the area. The bend is short, and immediately Kruchenkov sends that off. Right off the top of the railing and out of CHI Memorial Stadium. Still scoreless, a clean sheet as we played 1 hour between Chattanooga's Red Wolves and one Knox SC at CHI. I'm Gabriel Schry, glad you're along with us. What a battle it's been between these two sides. Yaya is satisfied, and now a second corner. Long this time, and right to the keeper, Johan. Getty Bay will put us back underway. A good play for one Knox. Skelton gets it right back. Sent long. Knoxville out to the penalty yard. Tried to finesse that through. Kruchenkov gets it. Fights his way through, and this goes wide. Great opportunity for one Knoxville. Smith, goal kick. The game plan has been fantastic for Scott McKenzie and the Red Wolves. You know, I asked him if he was going to change anything this week or do anything special for one Knox, and the answer was no. We do what we do. We're organized, we're compact, we deal with movement, second balls, have to be sharp and stick to our identity, and that's exactly what they've done. They've been sharp. Second looks have not been a problem for them, obviously, as we still have a clean sheet. Poked away by Chattanooga. Red Wolves try this long. And just out of the reach of Chattanooga. One Knox has to be careful. So do the Red Wolves, though, as that's another good pass and a long feed in front of the area. One Knox fires to the left stick, and it goes just wide on Kruchenkov. Look back. Dennis collects a blast just beyond the reach of Smith being able to gather. And so a corner for one Knoxville. Red Wolves getting ready to make a slew of changes. Bent long, knocked away immediately. Try this again. The corner sent over the top by one Knox, and two-handed he pushes this away. Regathered by Baker. Finesse that across. Baker tries a floater to the backside of the six. Chattanooga volleyed once, then twice, and cleared away intentionally over the touchline by Bentley. So 3 changes for the Red Wolves. Lombardi, who has just appeared in his 100th match, getting the change. Iambila, who received a yellow earlier, gets the change. And Gomez Tapia replacing Wessels. Yanis Lelin, the right back from Madrid, Spain, played at JMU. Joined Chattanooga ahead of last season after a standout 4-year collegiate career. 6 goals, 8 assists at JMU. Really versatile guy. Grayson Mercer coming on for Lombardi, as this is stolen away by fresh legs and Gomez. Mercer played at Western Michigan. Before that, Michigan State University with the Spartans. One Knoxville, the long ball knotted away. One Knox trying to find a way to finesse this down to the 18. Bent to the wing. Castillo. Back to him near the end line, and Chris sees it knocked away by Chattanooga. Ramos gets after that. Product of the Virgin Islands, just goes right through it. Knoxville's Baker. Floated away from him. McRobb will throw in, or leave it to be thrown in. Pulled over down on the end line. Smart decisions win games. Off the field, smart decisions save lives. If you've been drinking, remember not to drive. Pass your keys to a sober friend, call a ride share, or you can take public transit. Fans, don't let fans drive drunk. That's a reminder from the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security. Sent long out of there. And immediately blown dead and sent the other way with Knoxville. Scott McKenzie couldn't say enough good things about this group he's got in the Red Wolves. A brilliant group of guys is what he called them. Talked about how tough the week was in terms of logistics. Saturday, then Wednesday, then Saturday again. Some bus issues. They got there the day of the match, but a group of guys that he called eternally optimistic competitors. And not perfect, but very good and very hardworking, and he's proud of them for that. And you could see it on match day. They've held their own very well against one Knox. Bentley. Stolen right out of the air by Caputo with sticky boots. The double team, somehow he splits it. One Knox is on the move. Cuts it back to the inside, looking for space to get into the 18. From the penalty arc, a blast well over the top. That thing is in the parking lot. Goal kick. Look at those moves. Stepped around, and maybe just a bit too much on the shot. Chattanooga wants to clear that away and blown dead. Ian Fuller, I asked him about Chattanooga's defense and that great back line they have. How do you play that? He told me you have to be dangerous when in the final third. Put pressure on them, get them into areas where they can cross the ball and cut it back and have guys come onto it. And you'll see when they get into possession of the ball, they play like a 3-5-2. The wingbacks get really high. Talked about how important these guys are right here, the midfielders. Teddy and Abel hold things. Chattanooga. Sent across, not once but twice. Red Wolves, dribble, cuts to the end line, has some space, knocked into the air, and Gary Bay gets a helping hand from out front of the 18. Whoa! Johan sells out. Oh my goodness. Very close, a great chance. And one Knoxville. Look at this again. Cut that to the end line. Johan batted it into the air. Ramos does a great job, and Gadibay gets over there to make the play. One Knox back in possession. If you want to see great plays like that in person, there's only one way to be there. SeatGeek. Hold that thought. Bentley pushed to the corner. Cuts it to the inside from in front of the 18. A floater for Chattanooga. Knotted away by one Knox. Red Wolves bringing the heat. He'll try again. Yanis Lelin. Pushed down near the corner. Chattanooga, the floater as Johan knocks it away and kicked on out of there. Chattanooga trying to regather. Red Wolves, Ramos. From in front of the 18, bends that. Hopefully she's all right. Caught a fan right in the side of the head. She wasn't looking. Couple of changes coming for Knoxville. Mikael Goulding coming on. Eli Conway as well. Conway from Mount Olive, New Jersey. Mikael from Copenhagen, Denmark. He scored a pair of goals this season. Fresh legs late. Talked to Coach about him this week, and it's been a great piece for Knoxville. Taking a seat and a break, a couple of guys. Kruchenkov and Murphy. If you want to have a seat and enjoy great matches, SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Chattanooga has got the counter coming together. Down into the final third, fed out front. Red Wolves collect, it's Bentley. Left off for the end line and banged off the defender and out. Grayson Mercer tries to finish the rush on the counter. And now Knoxville will have to defend very well in this final third. This corner kick presented by Pepsi. Chattanooga Red Wolves to deliver. Blown dead before he can send that inside. Hernandez, Dalton, Georgia native, standing by with a football. Yaya having a word with Eli Conway, the Mount Olive native who just came onto the pitch. Bent over the top, backside of the 6, and it's pushed through. The Chattanooga Red Wolves have broken the deadlock. 1-0 Chattanooga Red Wolves. The second of the season for Joshua Ramos. Just a beautiful play. And on a set piece, as if it couldn't be more poetic, he could not wait to get out of there and celebrate. Swamped in the corner, and Chattanooga's Red Wolves are leading 1-0 in the 75th minute over 1 Knox. So suddenly everything looks different for these two. A goal as we enter our last quarter of an hour. Mackenzie's side is thrilled. Ian Fuller is going to pull all stops to at least try to play to a draw. They had an unbelievable unbeaten streak snapped last time out against Antelope Valley at home. Now 1 Knox will show us what they've got. Watch them to play wide open with fresh legs too. What a score. Chattanooga, wonderful job on the set piece. Kruchenkov. Kept moving. Baker across. Flipped inside. One knocks Baker through the double team. 2 quick tackles, and Mercer, not even the one who drew that. It was against the hit with Baker. 2 defenders on top of him. This is a great spot for One Knox. Sent out front. And they blew it dead just seconds later after a second tackle. So now Baker, who is the one that was tackled, the one to deliver the set piece. A free kick from just 10 yards back. One Knoxville will crash the 6. Floated out front. Chattanooga pushed away. Goulding. Sent over the top and regathered by Knoxville. Well played, healed that through, just couldn't center it. Tio tried to go inside, now Skelton. McRobb almost tackled that away in vacant space. It's taken up by the Red Wolves at Chattanooga. Good couple of connections. Let it go. It's gathered by Kurchenkov, looking to knife his way around him in the 6. This is intentionally pushed off by Chattanooga. Skelton's been awesome. Loudest guy in the history of the world is how Fuller describes him. He said, you don't have it a lot anymore. The loudest guy used to be the captain. Nothing but praise for him. Not one person leads the way for One Knox, but he has been very important. Baker sent to the back of the 6 and cleared out of there. Tried to dish it to the back door, and TL mistouched. Time winding quickly. We're in the back stages of this thing. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157. It's North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk. That includes USL All Access on Tuesday nights and live matches from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. One Knox. McRobb. Chattanooga is in the armchair, hanging on, driving towards the finish line and trying to keep things smooth and clear. One Knoxville. Sent out to Mercer. Grayson's on the move, 3 defenders around him. Mercer gets around one and has it poked away. No surprise to see the veteran make a wily move. Knoxville tried to send it through, and Chattanooga instead skies this well beyond midfield. Mercer vying for possession. McRobb cleanly gets it out of there. Fans want to call, they don't get it. Knoxville fired that long, and it's weak as it's easily covered by Smith. Kurchenkov will force him to pick it up. These two clubs, a rivalry that's continuing to grow. The history between the cities goes way back, a lot longer than the clubs, obviously. More of a rivalry than just soccer. Geographics help with travel for the fans and the matches, and a good, healthy hatred, a fun rivalry between these two. Sent through. Now the feed through to the 6, and it rolls just wide. Knoxville, another couple of changes. Kyle Linares standing by. He's coming on. That's Linares. Changing for Danny Fernandez. Baker's going to come off as well. Riel Gil, the right midfielder for Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. 22-year-old who came from Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Also played at Huntsville City FC and MLS Next Pro. Skelton went down. Chattanooga tries to go to Bentley. Brown will take it up. Time running out for One Knox. They would really like to get points on the road. Obviously, this is a very, very difficult league to win on the road, and I think that's a very well-known fact. Sent long by One Knox. Linares tried to fight that through, and it's cleared away. Touched momentarily by Mercer. Grayson couldn't possess. Knoxville almost does. Joshua sends it forward. Roper for the 18. Almost in danger as he pinballs off of him. Centered just beyond the spot. Chattanooga's got it. Joshua backside, goes up top, it's loose, and picked up down to the 6. Gary Bay just able to get back to that. Denoho coming on for Chattanooga. He'll replace the native of Dalton, Hernandez. Dapping him up. Nathan, a young product from Chattanooga Red Wolves, 2, a Nashville, Tennessee native. Came on an academy prospect and contract.
Entering the match for number 7, Omar Hernandez. Number 11, Josh Riggs. Number 19, Nathan Donovan. Number 24.
Apolinar coming on for Ramos. Knoxville tried to get that through. Weird to see how many times the ball has been mishandled by Gary Bay tonight. He's such a good keeper and such an important piece for One Knoxville, and it's like there's something wrong with his gloves. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I could be wrong. Would be curious to hear your thoughts as a fan, and would love to hear the straw poll of the crew on the ground without having time, obviously, to stop the match and ask Coach and ask him. Something seems to be up. He's having a hard time hanging onto the ball in routine situations. One Knox. Left off for the end line. They collide, and we get the whistle. USL Championship and League One on CBS and ESPN all season long. Catch live matches, experts analysis every day on CBS Sports Golazo and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for complete USL TV listings. Smith will put us back underway. Sent forward, Knoxville knocked away. Chattanooga, great job dispossessing. And Bentley sends it to the back line where it's cleared through to midfield. Good intercept. Knoxville with some steam, fights his way through. Linares off the defender, regathered out front, sidesteps and bent long where Smith able to make another big play. Smith has been lights out for the Red Wolves. He's calling out to his guys right now, the Fresno native. Riel leaves it off. Tio over the top for Knoxville, nodded wide of the stick. That was almost perfect for Kruchenkov. We've seen him score some wild headers just like that this season. And the product of the Charlotte 49ers goes just wide. McKenzie and the Red Wolves make it very difficult to come to Chattanooga and play. It's one of the hardest places to play on the road in League One. When we talked about that this week, he told me, you know, we love going to play the Hearts of Pine. It's fun to visit Portland, and they treat us well, and it's fun. He said, we do not want people to like coming to Chattanooga to play us, so we want it to be a bad experience, a little extra bite. And I said, I get it, because you're the Red Wolves, and a little extra fight. We own and protect what's ours. Those are his exact words. We own and protect what's ours. Thought it was well put. They've certainly done that as we enter the 90th minute and they lead 1-0. This is the number 2 team on the table right now. They entered this match week as the number 1 club in League One, trailing 1-0. Tried to steal that away, Brown. An equalizer would be huge. Every point matters so much, especially road points. They're very, very crucial in USL League One. McKenzie shouting out to his guys as Riel put it back to the touchline and Brown. Mercer on top of Skelton, the veteran, airs it out and misfired. And the Chattanoogan's gonna let him have it. Waiting to hear the call on stoppage time. Should be quite a bit. And the call is going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time as we played 1.5 hours between these two. And the Pepsi corner for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Joshua Ramos scored the lone goal in this match, his second of the season. Sent forward, Knoxville. Disrupted, but only for a moment. One Knox through midfield, gonna go back with it and bend it all the way across to the other touchline. McRobb, Tio. Poked down near the corner. Tio looking with this aerial play, knotted away. Chattanooga can clear. Mercer possesses and sends it back down near the corner. That's exactly what they'll do, midfield. Skelton will be back with it. One Knoxville has to be clinical. One Knox, there's this out for the 18. Cleared momentarily, and Bentley gets it out of there. Brown. A little head of steam for one Knox. Wanted to try and service for the 6. Here's a floater backside. Nodded to the spot and cleared again by Chattanooga. A master class on those first 3 rushes. Red Wolves easily send that back to midfield time and time again. Knox left that off, down into the wing. Cuts it for the end line. Knoxville tries this over the top, and again, Chattanooga sends it out of there. Skelton sent that long. It'll roll off over the end line. The Red Wolves already done with half of this added time, killing stoppage time quickly. Bentley, another big collision, and we're blown dead. A kick for one Knox. Bentley's arguing that with Yaya. About 90 seconds left in stoppage time. One Knoxville, time for another rush, maybe two if they hurry. Ian Fuller on his feet in front of the bench talking to his guys. Aired out long into the 18. Knoxville on the end line, mistouched. Really nice performance at home by the Red Wolves of Chattanooga, completely unfazed by where Knoxville falls in the table. The Smoky Mountain Smackdown. This derby continues to be interesting between these two. They'll continue to lead this last 5 series. All time, it'll give them the lead in the series too. Their 5th win. Set long as these two come tumbling down in front of the 18. Bentley wants a call. The fans want a call. It won't happen. Probably the final rush we'll see for one Knox. Skelton. Knoxville down the touchline beyond midfield. Stays alive past one defender. Brown cuts it to the inside. Left off near the penalty arc and cleared by Chattanooga and the Red Wolves. Sent all the way back to the Red Wolves bench, and the crowd erupts along with Scott McKenzie as they take the win at home 1-0 for 3 points, and it pushes them over the playoff line in the USL League One standings. And that is our man of the match, brought to you by Riverside Beverage, Josh Ramos. He scored the goal in beautiful fashion. Just an unreal performance by Chattanooga. Congratulations to Joshua on his score. And I will tell you that Smith is a close second for our man of the match. Let's take a look at our play of the match presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. This is it, bent from the corner, backside, just in the stick. Look at that knot, this set piece. After all that talk about set pieces, about how these are the 2 top clubs on set pieces in USL League One, now both of them have scored 8 off of set pieces this season. Congratulations to the Red Wolves on their big play and their incredible performance tonight. Just electric to see Ramos get it done. The Red Wolves take the win 1-0, 3 points at the table. They've got 28 as they push their way up the League One table. When we return, full-time highlights brought to you by CHI Memorial and final thoughts between these two in League One action.
Do you know how fast you were going? 2.5 gig. With kids on the couch.
New 2.5 gig internet from EPB.
Slow down.
It's recklessly fast.
Too fast.
With SmartNet plus Wi-Fi.
Violation.
Turbocharging all your devices. More than twice the speed of the gig for just a little more. Only from EPB.
That is recklessly fast.
He shoots, and he scores!
Do you know how fast you were going? 2.5 gig. With kids on the couch.
New 2.5 gig internet from EPB.
Slow down.
It's recklessly fast.
Too fast.
With SmartNet plus Wi-Fi.
Violation.
Turbocharging all your devices. More than twice the speed of the gig for just a little more. Only from EPB.
That is recklessly fast.
1-0 your final in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as the Red Wolves win. Ramos scored the game winner. Congratulations to him. Riverside Beverage man of the match, and his play, the game winner, the Tennessee Highway Safety Office play of the match. It's time now to take a look at our full-time highlights, brought to you by CHI Memorial. The top moments from today's matter in a Smoky Mountain smackdown that relies on exactly that set-piece performances. This is a look at your full-time stats that powered today's match. Look at the difference in possession and shots. Are you kidding me? 18 shots, 5 on target, almost 70% possession for one Knoxville, but it didn't matter. Chattanooga and the Red Wolves get the only stat that matters. Look at that top line, 1-0. They take the win. Chattanooga wins the Smoky Mountain Smackdown, and they are well in the playoff race on the USL League One table. Congratulations to Mackenzie and the Red Wolves. We'll catch you next time. Plenty of League One action all around the nation. Stay tuned and keep it locked for more. Thanks for being with us. For everyone here, I'm Gabriel Schreiss saying so long. It's 1-0 your final score in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Justin match.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.